Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Samuel D. Kaya. I am your travel and opportunities companion, bringing you meaningful life teaching opportunities right to your fingertips. Do you know that around 1 billion of Africa's population is under the age of 35 and that 460 million young people are in the opportunity seeking group with 93% of this figure being unsuccessful every year in their search for opportunities? That is why we step in to bridge the opportunities gap and bring meaningful life-changing opportunities right to the fingertips of African youth. If you find yourself in a category that you have struggled to access opportunities without success, then you find yourself at the right place. Before moving forward, kindly like and subscribe to this channel so that every time we post a new opportunity, you can be the very first person to receive it. In this video today, we will be drilling you through part 2 of the 2023 Atlantic Fellows for Health Equity Program. In this video, we will give you step-by-step process of how to fill in the relevant information that are required for this application, including all of the other documentations that the organizers need for this program. This program is a fully sponsored program and it is organized by the George Washington University in Washington, D.C. So you are now having opportunity right at your fingertips. Please stick with us as we take you through the entire application process. Hello guys, welcome to the part 2 of this application process. This is the Atlantic Fellows for Health Equity Program, a program that will be taking place in Washington, D.C., the USA. So in this part, we will be drilling through the step-by-step process of filling up the application form. Now let's get to the application form, okay, so that you understand exactly what we are going to be doing. Before then, if you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure that you press the subscribe button on this video so that you do not miss out on any of our videos. Okay, so so here we are. Okay, here we are. Let's go directly to our form. Okay, so for those of you who have not yet um, gone through the first video, you need to go through the first video. It's on the channel, it's on our page, so that you understand that we have already passed this particular aspect of the form. So let's go to the next page. Good. This aspect is where we are going to be filling up the application for this program. Okay, and this form has part 1 to 5. So let's begin with part 1. Before then, all of the different parts require different information. Okay, so part 1 is your demographic. You want your name and other information. And part 2 of this form is the statement of interest, like a motivation. They want to know why you want to attend this program. So that's just it. And part 3 is a short proposal, they just want some basic information from you. All right, so the name proposal should not frighten you. I mean, they just want a basic concept from you. The information, everything is going to be filled up on this form. And then we go to part 4. You have to upload some few documents. We will come there. And the 5th part is some basic information about you, your gender, your date of birth, just like that. So let's get started. Now, for the sake of this form, we are going to be using 10 and 1000 as our first and last names. Okay, so we say 10 and then 1000. Okay, and we come here, the suffix. Um, so here, the email address, you need to have an email address if you are applying for this opportunity. Okay. All right. So, and then we will use an imaginary number for the sake of this application. We say +234 553245 654. So it's just an imaginary number because we want you to have an understanding of what you need to fill up here. Is this your first time applying? We say yes. Okay, we tick yes. And we move down. Okay, I'm applying as, so here they have, if you are based in the US, you take US based. If you are based outside of the US, for the sake of this application, we are based outside the US, so we select outside the US. Okay, so, and then we come here. Let me zoom a bit. Okay, so here, um, here they want some basic information from you, where you work, the city. So you type the information in here, and the province, you type it in here. The country, when you click here, all the countries, the drop down menu will come, and then you take the country you are from, where you reside. Okay, so the first one is where you work, the city, the province or region, and the country, and then where you reside. So if you work different place and reside different place, you indicate that. So you indicate it here, here, and then here. I am a citizen of. You just come here. When you click here, the drop down menu will bring the countries. You take your citizenship. Okay. Um, so please choose the option that best describes where you live. So if you are in a city or a metropolitan, large city, small city, or large town, small town, once you click here, the options will pop up, and then you just make sure that you select. Okay, so um, when you are done with that, you come here, and this aspect is about, okay. Um, so let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. Okay. So, all right. So here we are. Now, here they want to know your job title. Remember, this program is for people working in the health sector. If you are a nurse, a physician assistant, a lab technician, a pharmacist, a medical counter assistant or pharmacist assistant, or you are an NGO leader, or you work for an NGO that advances the health rights of communities, or minority groups. This program is for people who support healthcare services. So you put your title, your job title. If you work, you could say, well, I'm the officer in charge at this clinic, okay? Or I'm the program director for this NGO. You just state it. Current employer, the organization or facility that you work for, you state it here. All right. The organization or facility that you work for is what you put into current employer. Okay. So please select the category that best describes your organization. Once you click here, you'll see the drop down menu. The different options will pop up.
you select the one that matches you. And then you come here the same way. Make sure you select the one that matches you. Um, Here the same way. And then here, this for this one, you are not tapping. The only thing you are doing is you click, and then the drop down menu. From there, you will see the options. The one that matches you, you just select it. Okay. So let's go down a little bit. When you are done with this aspect, you come here. You come here. Okay. Sorry. When you are done with that, you make sure you come here. Okay. Um, this one. How did you hear about? How did you hear about us? So um, it is Atlantic Fellows program and is being brought to you by the 10,000 opportunity. So you click on others, and then there will be a drop down menu where you can tap the others. The drop down menu will bring the box that you will tap where you got your information from. So very easy. Um, Here, this one. Are you currently in a fellowship? Well, you could say no if you are not into a fellowship currently. Have you previously participated in a fellowship? If yes, you select yes. If no, then you select no. Okay, so um, let's let's go down on the form. Okay, so let's go to part two, which is the the statement, okay, or motivation. Now, this part, this part has to do with the statement or motivation. Now, here they want to know exactly what is that thing in the healthcare sector. What is that issue that you are desirous of addressing through this particular program? Remember, this fellowship is going to run for a whole year. They are going to train you, they are going to connect you. They will, by the time you finish with this fellowship, you will have gone very, very far. You will have the connection, you will have the networks, the resources to be able to address that issue in the healthcare sector in your country. So you write that particular thing right in here. So they call it the statement, the statement of interest, or you could say it's a motivation. Okay, it should not be more than 500 words. It should not be more than 500 words. Okay, it can be less than 500 words, but not more than 500 words. And then when you are done with this, um, you come here. For this place, they want you to provide some. It's optional. They want you to. Sorry. They want you to provide links. If you have, you just write the links here. If you don't have, it's optional. Okay, it is optional. So you come to part three, which is your short project proposal. And this aspect is so simple, so simple. Okay, so simple. Now, your project is that thing that you want to address, that issue you want to address that you mentioned in your statement. All right, that we pass by. So you say, well, I want to address, for instance, I want to address the issue of breast cancer in my country. It's becoming a very pervasive illness that if it is unaddressed, it could spread, to a lot of women. So you could say through that you want to address the issue. Now, they say you should provide introduction, goal, and vision. So the introduction is a background about breast cancer. For instance, if breast cancer is something that is affecting your community, the women in your community, then you write You gave a background, how many women have been affected. You gave some statistics, just brief something. Now, everything should not be more than 500 words. The introduction, the goal, and the vision. It should not be more than 500 words. You make sure you write it right in here. Okay. So, and when you are done, you come and state the timeline of your project. Okay. You state the timeline. For instance, if maybe your project is going to be starting in March, uh, April, May, June, July, and onward. So under March of 2023, you write what you are going to do. You write under March what you are going to do. April, you write under April what you are going to do. So you just indicate the months, and you just write April. We will by March we are going to launch a project. April we will do, we'll have community meetings with our town. Just you have to give a timeline so that they are able to understand exactly when you addressing this issue. You have challenges, they will know exactly how to work with you. Okay, so um, let's go down. Let's go down. So, institutional support. How are you going to raise resources for your project? You have to indicate it here. You could say, well, you will partner with donors for you to raise resources. The private sector, the government, and different institutions. Remember, your fellowship is going to run for a whole year. So, you are going to build partnerships. All right. So, to raise resources, it will be um, to raise the resources. By that time you will have the network to get it, to get your project running. So when you are done with that, you come to part 4, and part 4 specifically focuses on it focuses on uploading documents. Okay, your CV, your first letter of recommendation, the second letter of recommendation. So these are documents. You just click here and you upload it here. Upload file, you can see here. Upload file. Okay. Make sure you just upload your files. Okay. So when you are done, then you come here. Here, the employment, the statement of employer. When you download this form, by the time you click on this form, it will download. Okay. By the time you click on it, it will download. It is downloading now. So let's get back to our form. But the form should be uploaded here. Okay, it should be uploaded here. The form, the employer support form, is a form that the employer will fill in. If you work for a clinic or an NGO, or if you work for yourself, maybe your board, somebody from your board can just fill it in for you and pass it on to you. So when you are done with when you have it, you upload it here. Okay, and for this aspect, it has to do with optional video. If you have a video, like maybe I would say where I want to introduce myself, let them see my face to know who is applying, you can just upload your video here and say something very brief about yourself. It should not be more than 1 minute. Okay, it should not be more than 1 minute. So now, our form is still reading, but it will download obviously. Okay, so then we come down to um, this aspect of the form, your references. Okay, so you have to provide references. Okay, you have to provide references. So here you type the first reference, the name, the phone, email address, the second, so this aspect is just about references. Make sure that you don't miss out. Okay, so then we come to the final part of the form, which is here. they want to just have, this your gender, you indicated, date of birth, preferred pronoun, his, her, your race or ethnic background, you indicated here. And then if you have, do you have any accessibility or special requirement you may need during requirement you may need during a fellowship? So like if you have some issue, like you are physically challenged and you are going to be participating in this program, maybe they are having the training upstairs, you will need people to help you to get upstairs, you can just indicate it here. Okay, so um okay, or anything that will help you to make sure that you participate in the program smoothly. Okay, so when you are done, then you come here on the form at the bottom here. You make sure you click submit. When you click submit, it is gone and your form is complete and submitted.